everyone, it's Sarah. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that's diabetes. More specifically, type 1. I'm gonna just kind of like simplify it. Basically, one day my body was like, hey, I don't know what that thing is right there. That's my pancreas. I don't know what you are. So I'm gonna, beat you up and make sure that you can't function properly. So my pancreas no longer produces insulin. All the insulin cells don't work. So I have to take insulin injections. I have to take long-lasting insulin when I wake up in the morning and when I go to bed at night. And I also have to take insulin before every single meal that I eat. I don't want to talk about the medical stuff with you guys today because I'm sure your doctors and your nurses went all through that with you guys. I just want to talk about, my experiences in the past year and a half living with type 1 diabetes, emotional kind of things. I was diagnosed on August 7th, 2014, and I was 19 years old. I went into ketoacidosis, which I'm not going to explain what it is because it's a really long explanation. So if you want to know what that is, pause this video and go look it up on Google. I was in the hospital for 4 days. I basically experienced every single symptom in the book of a type 1 diabetic. My vision was blurry. I had to pee all the time, like every half an hour. I was peeing so much. I had an unquenchable thirst. I was drinking all the time. I was tired, I was fatigued. I also lost 40 pounds in about a month and a half. And I was experiencing all of that. I was really angry at myself because I was like, how could you have done this to yourself? You are so awful. Why would you do that to yourself? Even though at that time I didn't understand that I didn't do it to myself. It's an autoimmune disorder, so there's nothing I could have done to prevent it. There's nothing you could have done to prevent it from happening to you or your child. You couldn't have done anything, okay? I experienced all of the self-hatred and loathing, all like you guys have. If you have not experienced the self-hatred and loathing, you will experience it. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna happen. So after I got out of the hospital, I was on top of my blood sugar. It was perfect. It was in between 4 and 7. I was on top of my blood sugars up until Christmas. And then at Christmas time, I got really depressed. And then I cried about everything. I was freaking out. I was like, I'm not gonna have benefits. Insulin is so freaking expensive. How am I supposed to afford this? I'm gonna live in the poorhouse. I was scared that I was gonna go blind. I was wigging myself out. You can't do that to yourself. That's not good. This is just some advice that I have. So if you're having like a really bad day emotionally and numbers wise, take a step back, breathe a little bit, and be like, you know what? Look at all the things that I've accomplished in the time that I've had type 1 diabetes. There's just a lot of things that you have to account for when you have diabetes. Whenever I go to a fast food place, okay, like Tim Hortons or Subway or Mickey D's or anything like that, I always get the nutritional guide because then I can look at how many carbs are in what. And then I'm like, okay, well, I know that, there's like 57 carbs in that bagel from Tim Hortons, so I have to count for 57 carbs. If your blood sugar is too high that morning, you have to account for that too. You have to give yourself a little bit extra insulin. If you're going to have a workout or something, you have to make sure you don't give yourself too much insulin because then you don't want to go low. So it's really, really, really important that you take care of your insulin and your sugars and everything and make sure that you're checking all the time. Like everyone else, I experience times where I'm just like, I don't want to do this right now because I have something better to do. I want to play Animal Crossing and I don't want to have to give myself a needle. Some of the things that you get to look forward to are explaining to people 12,000 times the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes, or saying, yes, I can have a slice of cake. I just need to make sure that my blood sugar is okay and I have to have insulin to account for it. People who don't have type 1 diabetes or aren't siblings or parents to people with type 1 diabetes don't really understand. For the first little while, you're gonna be really, really annoyed with people because they don't understand, but you can't get upset. I've decided that I'm not gonna let my diabetes hinder me from doing what I want or achieving my dreams or my goals. And you guys shouldn't either. And I want to make this kind of like a video series on my life with type 1 diabetes. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, or you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, my blog. You can ask me questions on all of the social medias and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And if this video helped you out, then please give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!